Counterfactual thinking. What if it hadn't happened? The past no longer exists and the future is a mystery. Focus on accepting your present, learning its lesson, giving the best of yourself. Through counterfactual thinking, we try to imagine what reality would be like if we had made different decisions. What if I had decided to study abroad? And what if I hadn't broken up with my boyfriend? What would have happened if I had accepted that job offer? One of the mental tasks that people spend the most time on is imagining alternative courses of action. Doing this exercise can sometimes be beneficial. Nevertheless, exploring alternative options can have negative consequences if it becomes a mental obsession for yourself. Frustration, bitterness or anxiety can become a part of your life if you are not careful. Thus, you must learn to accept your reality and live in the present. What is counterfactual thinking? Throughout your life you make certain choices. Some are mundane, while others are more critical. With every decision you make, you close some doors and open others. Yet it is almost impossible for people to avoid at one point or another thinking about how things might have been. What if you had chosen a different path? This is precisely what counterfactual thinking refers to. It is about projecting alternative realities that could have arisen from different decisions. Through this, you can delve into the past and create a variety of scenarios. You can then compare these scenarios with your current situation. It is also possible for you to apply this type of reasoning to future situations. For example, you might say, if I leave this job, I probably won't find anything better. Maybe I'll even end up unemployed. The possibilities are endless. At the bottom of this process, you have the belief that your smaller decisions have shaped your life. This statement is partially true as your current situation is the result of all your past actions. In addition, your current decisions will really affect your future. Nevertheless, no single decision constitutes a final decision. You have the power to change the course of your life at any time. The benefits of counterfactual thinking. This cognitive process has some benefits as long as you use it in moderation. First of all, it helps you learn from past mistakes. Thus, it increases your ability to plan better decisions. When you are faced with a dilemma that you have already faced before, you have the experience of being able to predict certain events. Therefore, experience can be a starting point for better decision-making. Consider this example. Suppose you failed an exam in the past because you didn't study enough. You probably had thoughts like, if I had read something more, I would have passed the test. Through this type of thinking, you will act differently in similar circumstances in the future. On the other hand, it can also help you feel better about your performance. For example, if I hadn't moved to the city, I would never have met my best friend. In addition, it helps you get a breather from negative situations. For example, if I hadn't been wearing my seatbelt, the accident could have been much worse. Focus on the present. You may also find yourself immersed in it. This is especially true if you constantly do it. You may begin to feel negative emotions because of some of your past decisions. There may be guilt, regret and frustration. For example, if I had been more attentive, our friendship would not have ended. Alternatively, if I hadn't gotten married so young, I would have been able to enjoy life more. You must remember that counterfactual thinking can serve as a roadmap for your future. However, it should never be an anchor to your past. If you feel that you did not act correctly in certain life situations, you can try to correct your mistake. You can consider it a learning experience for future situations. In some way, consider it a starting point for building the future you want. Avoid viewing it as an emotional burden. Likewise, Constantly thinking about the future can cause anxiety. It can also give you stress and even paralyzing indecision. The truth is, you can't predict the future. The past no longer exists and the future is a mystery. Focus on accepting your present, learning its lesson, giving the best of yourself. Only then will you be able to forge the future you want. Remember that mistakes are a part of life. Don't forget that you create your own path. Finally, remember that you are always presented with new opportunities.